Today is May 7th, 2020, and kind of woke up a little angry this morning still. There's so much stuff going on. The nurse that stayed here um, told me about one of the IC nurses that she's friends with that had 8 COVID patients. 5 of them were ventilated, 3 of them were critical, and after his shift, she usually follows him home. She didn't this one particular morning, and he was killed on I-95 in a crash from falling asleep at the wheel, they said. And so there's just so much stuff that is so wrong. I actually did a post today on Facebook, and you can kind of, I'll read it to you, but so one of the nurses that worked at Mary Washington ICU had 8 patients, which, by the way, would have been illegal in February. The national standard states that no more than 2 patients can be given to an ICU nurse. He was overworked, tired, and was involved in a car crash on I-95 that took his life. He fell asleep at the wheel. His coworker said she was so scared and would follow him home every morning, but on this one occasion didn't do it. It was fatal. The men and women who studied and worked tirelessly developing protocols for our nation are now trampled on as the codes, the protocols, the standards of care have been tossed out the window by one voice, disregarding millions of voices that went into making those protocols. Are you going to let that happen? Are you going to let them change everything that we know works to adopt a system that they have proven does not work? And as a example, I put on my question to Mary Washington Healthcare, which said, I've heard also that new grad nurses were given 8 COVID patients at one time, and that nurses had to band together and threaten to leave the hospital because of the workload. What is being done to make sure that nurses have only the amount of work that they can handle? And she responds, the units with COVID-19 patients have modified nurse to patient ratios that are appropriate. They are monitored closely for the safety of the patients and the staff. So it obviously was not too safe for that nurse, was it? It wasn't safe at all for him. He died because of his workload. So many injustices in this world, and my brain is focused on those injustices, almost as if my own body is punishing me and not letting me look at the sunny side. I feel like I'm actually assaulting myself by concentrating on everything that's wrong with the system instead of actually looking at what's right with the system. I'm very well aware that it is a self-persecutory persecutorial type thing, because I know that it's unhealthy for me to be focused on those things. And I think I'm still punishing myself for going on the cruise, punishing myself for choosing to have fun without my husband and not let him lead the way as far as where we're going and what we're doing. If I did that, we would be dug into the ground 6 feet under already. He just has left that whole. He doesn't want to do stuff with me that's fun anymore. And he's worked it in his head. He's convinced himself that that's what he has to do. And there's nobody on the other side except for me saying that that's not true. And so, and I don't know if he's dug in deeper because I'm trying to convince him that he just doesn't want to listen to me. So he's going to do whatever opposite I ask him to do. I don't know. But back in the same position that I was in before the cruise, where I don't matter. I don't Um, my life doesn't matter to anybody anymore. And I guess I would like to say that my life mattered. Do something with my life so that it matters. Do something with my life so that I'm an integral part of this society instead of just, yeah, so. I don't know if that's why I'm concentrating on all the stuff that's going on bad, but need to start concentrating on all of the positives in life and pull that positive stuff back into my life um, so that it can be a positive life and it can be a positive experience to be here. So that's where I'm at, May 7th, 2020.